Hi, this is Michael Buffer, and you're listening to the voice of the people. Let's get ready for Boxing Voice.
You could have been anywhere in the world, but you're here with me.
You are now tuned into the Boxing Voice Radio. Join us every Thursday and Sunday live at 7 p.m. Eastern Time.
ThaBoxingVoice.com.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another breaking news edition of the Boxing Voice Radio. We're bringing you this spontaneous show because exactly 23 hours ago, the headlines read, Ward skips Face Off. Andre Ward skips the Face Off taping for Sergey Kovalev rematch. Now, we all seen Andre Ward on the telecast for the pay-per-view of Saul Canelo Alvarez versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. He seemed to be in attendance. We're going to get into these details, and we're going to go back and forth with our panelists and hosts just to, try to get a grip around this one. This fight didn't do too well in the pay-per-views last time out, and I think that a face-off is something that definitely should be taking place. Main Events took to their social media, Main Events being the promoter for one Sergey Kovalev, and they put out instantly, we regret to inform you that there will be no face-off for Ward Kovalev 2. The coward Andre Ward left Las Vegas to avoid at Crusher Kovalev. We reached out to both camps, both Andre Ward's camp and Sergey Kovalev's camp. We did get a response back from Sergey Kovalev's camp, and we may be having the promoter, Kathy Duva, here on the show if she can make it in time during this episode. If not, we would have to reschedule. I even reached out to the trainer to see, because obviously John David Jackson has to have a opinion on this, being as though that they had to break camp to come to Las Vegas. Kovalev is training allegedly in Big Bear. But I've given you all the details. Now I'm going to give you the phone number. 1-425-569-5241 is the number you need to call in if you want to give us your opinion on this particular topic. This is the Voice of the People hotline, and that is the number to call. International callers, you can always add Nestor Gibbs on Skype by adding NESTORGIBBS. Let's head on out to the Golden State.
Dollar DiBiase production.
This is a beautiful performance against a very tough guy in Michael Johnson. How do you feel about it?
Fuck that! Conor McGregor.
Boxingvoice.com.
You know me, Larry. From a wicked entrance, from a flip over the rock into a knock out my win. The main thing is, I just hope the guy. I wish.
Boxingvoice.com.
Yes, the hipsters here. Haters beware. We have a lot of things to discuss, obviously. We have Ward no-showing the face-off, and we also have allegedly Kovalev no-showing the on-air interview with Jim Lampley, and that was actually the lead-in to Ward no-showing the face-off, allegedly. Of course, these are all allegations. These are all accusations until we get some sort of official statement from HBO, as they are really the third-party entity in this. So, yeah, it's just weird. I kind of on the side of, was this just for publicity? I mean, I'm not going to say like there's any collusion involved between these two camps, but I will say that it has us doing a show. It has headlines. It has the boxing public talking about it, maybe more so than the actual show of the face-off itself would ever have done. Just saying.
Well, let's get back out to New Jersey, home of Alexander Lainez. Doomsday. What's going on, brother? The amateur.
What's going on, brother? I don't know, Matt. I don't think that the boxing fans would be happy without having a Ward Kovalev face-off. I think that the ones that are really missing out on things right now are the fans, the boxing fans, right? Because pretty sure all of us look forward to these face-offs, It really hypes up the fight. So I'm going to disagree, Matt, that it would have done better, that it's doing better or causing more attention to the fight, that the fight had attention. What's going on?
Really? The fight had attention? Really? Oh, well, no, he said the fight had attention. Did it?
I agree with Doomsday, Matt. I don't think that this is. I know that you're going with the angle of all publicity is good publicity, but I don't think this is good publicity. This is bad. And as Doomsday said, it's bad for us, the fans. Like, I wanted a face-off. And I hope that we still get one now that all the outlets are probably taking, to discuss this. But let's do that. And first, let's remember that we have to put out that disclaimer. You know what I mean? These guys get a little sensitive around here.
Podcast is intended for mature audiences. The views and opinions expressed are those of the panelists and do not reflect in any way those of the podcast partners, sponsors, or affiliates. Enjoy.
And also, we're going based off main events.
Who has a history of putting out false information about Ward, putting out
false information,
negative information about Ward.
False information and rumors are two different things. This is a breaking news episode because Main Events is a legitimate promoter who we can take their tweets as news and face value. It is up to now Rock Nation, Andre Ward, to counter this. Now, you're saying there's some allegations. You're saying that there is a reason in terms of Ward's camp and or sources, right? Is it Ward's camp or sources close to his camp?
I believe it was sources in Ward's camp. Again, those are unnamed sources by RingTV, and I'm not even sticking to those sources. Yeah. But just for reference, we also have Chris Mannix of Yahoo Sports saying that sources in HBO, unnamed sources, are saying that they are very pissed off about this. So we have unnamed sources everywhere except for Main Events, which is a promoter. We cannot say that they are credible in the sense that their word means law. Their word is
but I don't
the Bible. It's not.
All right,
HBO's would be not Main Events.
Matt, we understand that Main Events, their word isn't law. But what is it that you're implying? Because it's you sound. Listen, just hear me out. As your friend and co-host, you just sound as if you want to imply to the listeners that they should not be believing this tweet.
I'm not implying that. I'm implying of a wait and see. When we have allegations of this manner, I'd rather have an official word from the network. I'd rather not have just promoters bickering at each other because that's their job, is to create interest and to create buzz. So they're doing their job. Main Events is doing their job. I would say Rock Nation isn't, but Main Events is doing their job. And I just want to see HBO's official word on it beforehand, especially since I know maybe not in all instances, but some instances, promotional media like this is contractually obligated. So that would be interesting. Is this in his contract that he had to do this face-off? I'd be curious about that. And I really don't want to make accusations against Ward, against Kovalev, against anyone involved here until I get an official stance from HBO. That's all I'm saying.
So according to the sources, the unnamed sources that we keep talking about, what was Andre Ward's supposed excuse or reason for not showing up for that face-off? Let's talk about
according to the sources.
Yes,
according to the sources.
I mean, I heard I this was not in the sources I read off of RingTV, which Bad Left Hook took their quotes from. I heard this from somebody else. Like I forget where, but it was a reporter, and he said that it was because of Sergey Kovalev not being on the HBO telecast with Andre Ward when Andre Ward was interviewed by Jim Lampley.
On the Canelo Chavez
yes, on the pay-per-view. Yes, just thank you for clarifying. That Ward took that as a no-show, so therefore he no-showed the face-off.
Now, where are you getting that from?
Again, I heard that. I forget which reporter told me. I'm trying to look right now.
If you look at the article that I read from
because the quote I got from Kathy Duva, who explained what happened with the scheduled filming, she goes on to quote, HBO was set up to shoot a face-off with Sergey Kovalev and Ward today, Sunday, Duva said.
Yeah, they said that the HBO studio was actually there at 4 a.m. setting up because
that's on their Twitter as well. That came from Main Events. But let me finish up with Kathy's quote. She says, that is why we all came out to Las Vegas this weekend. It was the only date where we could sync everyone's schedule. A great deal of money and time was expended to set this up. And this morning, a few hours before the taping, HBO and I got an email from Rock Nation informing us that Andre Ward had already left town. So unprofessional and such disregard for the money wasted by his promoter and main events. More important, an HBO crew was at the studio setting up at 4 a.m. because Ward's people insisted that we start as early as possible today. So, again, Matt, you don't want us to take her word. So how are you receiving this information?
I definitely think, obviously, there was no taping of the face-off. For whatever reason, there was no taping of it. It could have been a snafu. It could have been a lack of communication. I don't know. To me, it seems like a promoter is using whatever incident happened to their fullest.
Maybe there's too much animosity.
What about the email that she's saying her and HBO received? So that must mean there was a CC.
Yes, and I would like to see that email. I haven't seen that email.
So you're saying that you still wouldn't believe Kathy Duva until
I'm not saying I don't believe her. That you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm saying I'm not ready to vilify Andre Ward for this. I don't know the full story, and B, I don't know if it's contractually obligated. That's what I'm saying. If it's not in the contract, if there was some circumstances that led to this, that isn't just
okay, Matt. I'll play your game, Matt. I'll play your game. I'll play your game. We don't know if this was in the contract. We don't know if a face-off is part of this pay-per-view deal. All right, I'll play your game. Why would a promoter go to this length and lie and say that there is? And one fighter,
they're not saying there is. Kathy Duva has never said it's in the contract, right?
No. What she is saying is that there was a scheduled taping.
But that's very different than saying that it was contractually obligated. Those
all right, but my point
very different things.
Listen to me. My point is this. Regardless if it's in the contract or not in the contract, she is still stating that there was a scheduled taping where Ward's people insisted it start early. I'm saying we can play your game and not take anything she's saying as valid yet and wait for Ward's side. But I'm asking you now to question, why would she go to this extent to make up this elaborate story about a supposedly...
Again, you're misinterpreting what I'm saying. I'm not saying that event didn't happen. I'm not saying the event didn't happen. I'm saying that it may have happened for reasons that are not reasons we know yet. You get what I'm saying? That Ward no-showed this event. I feel like that's obvious. Every side's pretty much reporting that he did not go there. But why? That is what I'm curious about. And is it contractually obligated? Those are two questions I need answered before I can throw out accusations or strong opinions about this story. I don't know anything. To me, it sounds like a dick measuring contest.
What we can agree is that we're pretty much HBO is not happy about this.
If I'm HBO, I'm upset. And if I'm the fans, I'm upset. 100%. I agree with Al on that 100%. That if I'm a fan of the sport, I'm taking off my journalist hat for a second. If I'm a fan, I am deeply upset about this because we knew that face-off would have been exciting. We knew that when Ward and Kovalev got face-to-face, sat down with each other, it was going to be fireworks. These guys do not like each other. What?
They didn't have one for the first fight?
No, I don't think so.
Get out of here.
I'm wondering if there's so much animosity that they're actually having.
I don't remember a face-off. Do you remember
guys in a room? Like what, like what else could?
Nah, it can't be that because they did the press conference. About 3 of them, no?
Yeah.
That's very different than a face-off.
Yeah, face-off is more intimate, man. And these guys now, especially with that, since deleted meme that had racial undertones and stuff like that, I'm pretty sure the camps are. They're not
specifically got very hostile after that Twitter tweet, whatever.
So we can agree there's animosity between camps, but when does that start to affect professionalism and us, the fans?
And especially in this sport, it often affects professionalism much quicker than in other sports. Unfortunately, it does.
Look, emotions run high. This is the sport, right?
I don't like that Matt took this angle that we wait to react because what are we reporting then? Because I'm upset.
Be upset then. I'm not saying you guys can't be upset. You, Ness, Alex, the listeners, the fans, the callers, you guys can be upset as much as you want. I'm just saying I am not personally upset yet. I'm not.
Look, well,
I'm upset about not being able to see the face-off. I'll admit that.
Yeah.
I'm not upset at Ward yet. I'm not.
Well, I'm not saying Ward either. I'm saying there is anger and aggression in me now. I feel it. I'm flustered. My ears are hot. And I think it's because you're right. I don't remember if there was a face-off for the first fight. And I think I want one for this fight. I think after the knockdown, after the controversial loss, after all the back and forth social media, yeah, I think I want to see these guys face up. I think I want to see, do I get a Miguel Cotto Margarito moment? I want to see that. I shouldn't be robbed. Why? Just the fact that you're even asking, is it in the fucking contract, is like, I need my soundbite for that, right? Or the fucking meme that we use all the time, because I don't understand. Like, shouldn't that be part of it? Isn't that part of the package? Like, I understand that technically it could not be, because they could either go 24/7 or go, 2 days portrait with a fighter or whatever. But like, for a fight of this magnitude, it is expected to give us something of that nature, whether it be a face-off with Max Kellerman or a 24/7.
I 100% agree. And
for you to no, because for you to sit there and say, "Oh, I'm not gonna react until I know whether it's in the it's like, yo, fuck the contract. In the unwritten contract of big fights, how history has shown us, we get a 24/7 or we get a face-off or we get both. It's sad now that we're even fearful. Are we going to get either? This is bullshit.
Very quickly, though, if they had the face-off and this situation had not happened, where now it's even more of a story, where the face-off is now a story, if the face-off just happened and it came and whatever would happen on that show, do you think it would add pay-per-views to the fight? A significant amount of pay-per-views to the fight?
We can always talk about how the public,
very quickly,
the PR.
I'm just saying that there's a ceiling to this fight. I think so. There's a ceiling of how far this fight gets to the casuals.
Yeah, but the ceiling is that bubble that you allowed us to be trapped in, and they are helping it by not giving the public, the casual public, these types of programming. Because
good point. We're
gonna love this fight regardless. It's the other people that are gonna see these two and feel that tension in that face-off and want to see this fight. It's not us. I mean, obviously, we're going to report on it. We're going to talk about it and get it out to the masses. We want them to, experience what we felt. That's why we do reviews on 24/7s and 2 days and things like that. We want to explain it to them and understand how important that piece of programming is to us. So now to fucking hear that I might not get it, and I paid for Canelo Chavez. I paid for that. I'm going to pay for Ward Kovalev or pay fucking traveling fees to get out there. It's unfair that I got to worry, am I going to get what I should get? That's like buying fucking Jordans and wondering, are you getting the laces? That's stupid. It's not fair. Fucking cheese comes with the cheeseburger. This is crazy is all I'm saying. But
I'm just saying, like, I'm used to it at this point. I mean, like, fuck, this is the boxing game, man. Like,
bands
are the first ones to get screwed over every fight.
Matt, but look what you're saying, Matt. Look what you're saying. You're used to it.
Hey, Alex, you keep turning your camera off and on, off and on.
Yeah, sorry, I had.
Oh, okay. I didn't know you knew you were doing it. I didn't know you knew you were doing it.
My coffee.
I'm just like, look, some people are saying stop paying for it. No, dickhead. I like HD. I don't like buffering. I like to hear, I don't want freeze ups. You be a cheapskate. This is the only sport that I invest in. I don't watch football, hockey, ping pong, none of that shit. Nothing. No baseball, nothing. So I paid the $70 happily. But don't rob me. Don't rob me. At least we got a face off with Canelo Chavez, which we knew we wanted. We knew that there was a rivalry and we wanted it. Was it as great as it could have been? Probably not, but it was still good enough to get us to do a review. There was plenty of things that added to the fight that helped build it up. So I just don't want them to steal that from us. I hope that Ward and Kovalev, main events, and Rock Nation can all come together and just get it done for the fans. It's only for the better of their fight. I mean, they're the ones with 170,000 pay-per-views. That is your legacy, Sergey Kovalev. That is your legacy, Andre Ward, where others like Saul Canelo Alvarez could sell 300,000+ with fucking Liam Smith. So get your ass in gear, schedule this shit, and give us what we want so that you could be up there. You know, I went back and found.
Really? Come on. I mean, Andre Ward's a millionaire. Andre Ward has a Hall of Fame career already.
No one specifically. No one. We're not talking about.
His legacy is almost intact, especially if he beats Kovalev again. His legacy is intact.
Wait a minute. So what do you mean? You're saying that legacy doesn't have to do with the amount of buys and gate no more?
I'm saying not everyone's a fucking star. So to hold everyone to the standard of stardom, superstardom, is unrealistic. Because not everyone is Canelo Alvarez. Not everyone is Manny Pacquiao. Not everyone is Anthony Joshua.
But let me tell you something.
That innately.
Let me tell you.
You don't train for that. You don't learn that.
Okay, but let me.
You are born with that shit.
But let me tell you one thing. Everyone who laces up those gloves, they all want it. They all crave it.
And Ward has made millions.
Don't give me. He's not Canelo. Everybody isn't Oscar. But they all fucking want to be. And if you want to be, you got to play the part. And playing the part means you find a way to make this shit happen. Give us the programming that we need or more. Because it's only to build your fight. It's your fight.
And what if he doesn't want to do that? What if he's okay with just fighting the big names and doing bare minimum? What if he's okay with it?
Royalties.
You're the one not okay with it. The fans aren't the ones okay with it. But if Ward's okay with it, why does it matter?
Well, of course, Matt. Look, Matt, we're not.
Ward doesn't care.
I want to know why Matt is making it specifically about Ward. I never once blamed this on Ward. I never said it's Ward.
I think because Ward is the one that no-showed the face-off, we have to at least.
Look, I clearly went one by one, and I even crossed them. I said Ward, then I went to main events, and from main events I went to Kovalev and back to Rock Nation. So like. They need to get it together. That's all I'm saying. For the betterment of their fight. I'm not blaming any one person. I'm saying we are entitled this. This is what we're supposed to get. We get it with every other. Why are you making those faces as if
entitled? I mean, fans aren't we got the fight. That's what we're entitled to, is having the best fight the best. Okay. This is the best fight the best. So we got that.
Matt, there's a reason that the fighters, after they finish their fights, man, they thank their fans, bro. We matter. So for you to say that you're saying that we're not entitled.
Yeah, we're not entitled to a face-off.
Listen to me.
We're entitled to the fight. We're entitled to the fight.
Okay,
the face-off is new with Max Kellerman. We didn't get that 10 years ago. What do you mean we're entitled to it?
I'm not talking about 10 years ago.
History without that fucking show.
So you're going to go all the way back 10 years to say that it's okay for Ward and Kovalev not to give us a face-off because it just started 10 years ago? Come on, Matt.
We got the fight. I'm happy we got the fight. I'll put it that way.
So you happy?
I'm very easily pleased. Okay, we get the fight.
You're happy we got the fight. We don't deserve
Triple G Canelo. They don't need to do shit for that fight for me.
So we don't deserve a 24.
So what happened?
Wait, Alex. Let's start with the market, okay? You were already accustomed to paying $70 because it came with a fucking pay-per-view 24/7, man. So now you're saying it's okay to also pay this price and not get that programming. You can't allow that to happen. It's
if you don't want to pay the price, don't pay the price. It's not.
But give me a second, right? What happens to the casual fan who's flipping through the channels, comes upon the face-off, and says, "You know what? Shit, man, I really liked what the fuck was going on this show. I'm gonna watch that fight now." So it's like, who is it benefiting? It's going to
who is surfing through the channels and sees the face-off?
It's an example, dude. What I'm saying is that if somebody's not really a diehard fan and they get to see that face-off and something clicks in them because of the face-off, that action, believe it or not, they're not fighting, but they're looking at each other. They're saying things back to each other. That could entice somebody that's not a diehard fan that knows Kovalev and Ward. You know what I mean?
I'll put it this way. Maybe because, just my honest opinion, maybe because I do not see Ward Kovalev ever being the fight to attract casuals, I do not expect them to have to cater to them. You know what I'm saying? I just personally don't expect it. I expected more with Triple G Canelo.
Totally,
That's a casual fan fight. This isn't a casual fan fight.
First of all, they're not putting the machine behind this fight. This is totally that fight. This is America versus Russia. Then you got obvious racial undertone all throughout this motherfucker. You kidding me? They could totally sell this, bro. This could blow up. There's already one, too. That one is there. The highlight reel is there. The knockdown is there. The quote-unquote controversy is there.
The bad blood is there.
You build off of that. But I'm going to give this guy one more chance to come to fucking the realm of reality and ask you, if all your life you've been paying $1.99 for a fucking hamburger with pickles on it, and all of a sudden you come buying $1.99 and you just get a hamburger, no more pickles, you're not going to be mad? You're not going to ask what the fuck is going on? I want my pickles.
No, that's a good point. That's a great point. You're right. You're right.
No matter if the pickles started 10 years ago.
Your point of
years ago.
We pay $70 with HD for pay-per-view, and we assume we get 24/7s or all access. We
assume
we assume we get the face-offs. We assume we get all this promotional work. So I get why, as the consumer, you're upset when you guys don't get the things that you assume you're going to get and what you expect to get. Because everyone in life, when they don't get the things they expect, they're upset. Everything. That's everyone. That's a natural human response. But I'm saying I don't expect it. And I'm sorry. I just don't expect it with these types of fights.
Okay, so how could you not expect it when you've gotten it? Name a big past fight in the last 10
Ward Kovalev won.
Okay, wait. Did they get nothing at all?
Did they even get a 24/7?
I'm telling you, they got to get one or the other.
What do you mean they have to? They don't have to do shit.
I would be shocked if they didn't get either. We're going to go to our callers and find out. I would be shocked if they got neither. Come on. They had to have. Come on, Google it. It's got to be something.
I'll Google. They for sure did not do a face-off.
Listen, and if they didn't, that's exactly the reason why the shit bombed. We were there live. It was what, 13,000 maybe? How many people were really in the fucking building?
13, 14.
Look at this. Look at this. Can't get jiggy with this shit. Come on, bro. Listen, we're going to go out to our callers. We're going to go out to our sponsors.
Fight fans, don't leave the decision in the hands of the judges. Download the Throwdown scoring app and receive live scoring, CompuBox stats, boxing predictions from other users around the world. Head over to your iPhone App Store or your Google Play Store and download it absolutely free.
Idris in the UK, talk to me, brother. What are your thoughts on this news coming straight from Main Events, saying that, you know, that it's Ward that is avoiding this? They're calling him a coward and anything. I don't like any of the things that they're doing, but I am not happy that we're not getting a face-off. But where do you side in this one?
First things first, the face-off is immensely important. It's almost become a norm in the boxing culture right now to do something like that. And I don't think Ward is stupid enough to realize the business side of how important a face-off is. Like, that is the difference between someone buying a pay-per-view or not. It can actually be. I remember, like, you want to talk about 10 years ago. 10 years ago, I remember I was young. I was about 14. I remember seeing Kawasaki and Hopkins arguing in a lobby, and I decided that's the day I became a hardcore, from an argument. So now they've switched it up to face-offs. You think there's loads of people that are not going to want to buy the pay-per-view from stuff like that. This is what brings fans together. Plus, Ward and Kovalev, obviously there's a bad blood, but these face-offs are immensely important. And the pay-per-view sales don't even do that well, but that's what I'm saying, man. You can't talk about 10 years ago, because 10 years ago, it was different. You had to find other means to be known about what fight is happening and stuff like that. You didn't really have YouTube and stuff like that. Now a face-off, YouTube, social media, all you have to do is one retweet and you got 10,000 people watching it within the first hour, stuff like that. So pay-per-views get sold just from face-offs. The event doesn't even have to be great, because people have already paid for it, because they want to see two people that seem like they hate each other to fight. That's just my call, man.
Idris, man, thank you for calling in all the way in the United Kingdom. I want to give a quick shout out to Dennis Martinez on his commute from Tampa to Orlando, checking us live on his ride. That's what I'm talking about. Doomsday. So you see, you and I seem to be on the right side of things. I mean, the fans are speaking. That's our first caller. He's already saying, hey, this is part of the sport.
You got to give that man some coins, bro. Because he's understanding what I'm talking about and what we're trying to relay to Matt right now, and maybe some of the other people that are not.
Baby Matt.
Come on, Matt.
No, you can't disagree with Matt without him playing that soundbite. I'm telling you. Let's go to Dwayne in Rochester, man. See what's where do you lie with this one?
Yo, what's good, y'all? Man, listen, these face-offs have become a tradition. I mean, I love them. I mean, the best face-off I remember for me is B-Hop and Pascal. That was one of the best face-off, and that got me hyped for that fight, for that second fight. I love the face-offs, and I want to know the truth though. I want to know why, because Ward was there. Ward was at Vegas, so I don't get why Kovalev wasn't there at the interview for number one. So, because if he's at the interview, that should have made it where they both come together and do the face-off together. So, I want to know what's going on with the Ward camp. Ward camp need to say something. They need to say something quick, like, because I want to know what's going on. Because I love the face-off. That gets me hyped for the fight. They need this. The Ward and Kovalev need the face-off. They need it. I mean, 100. I don't know how much buys they had in the pay-per-view, but they need this face-off to get people interested to buy the pay-per-view, because I don't see a lot of hype for this fight, and it's a big fight. They got the 24/7. I heard they got the 24/7 for the fight. They had the road to Ward and Kovalev for the first fight, so they need as much hype as they can get for this fight. And the face-off, they need it. I don't think they're going to reschedule it, but
Dwayne. Go ahead, Dwayne.
All right, no, I just was saying they dropped the ball for the face-off, and I'm real disappointed in them for not doing it. So that's all I got, guys. Thanks a lot.
You said that you don't think they might be rescheduling it? Is that what you were going to say last?
That's what we've heard. We've heard that they're not going to reschedule.
That would be sad. That would be sad.
Because that's something I wanted to talk about too. Is there still a possibility that maybe?
No. The rumors that we've heard is that they're not rescheduling it.
Hopefully, with the outcry, we do get a rescheduling. Let's get back out to the phone lines. We're going to Alumni out in the ATL.
I told y'all a long time ago, the circling will go down in 3 rounds.
Right hand. Strap me up. Next, I got milk, baby.
Yeah, man. Look, man. I'm sick of this shit. You know, let's go back to the first fucking fight. I think there was like the first press conference that Ward didn't show up to. Can somebody fact check me on that?
What is that again?
That Ward no-showed the first press conference for the first fight.
That was also alleged. I remember Ward coming back and saying that Kathy Duva lied about that.
Okay. All right. So then he beat Kovalev. Then he starts talking this retirement bullshit. Instead of saying, you know what? Let's run this shit back. I'm going to whip your ass so fucking bad your mama won't recognize you. He lost luster with fans there. Then they can't get this face-off shit together, man. This is bullshit. Them motherfuckers sold 170,000. I'm going to go on record and tell y'all that ain't shit. But the two top pound guys that sell 170,000, that ain't shit, right? Motherfuckers in MMA and other people in the fucking sport of boxing that are lesser accomplished than these guys are doing 300,000, somewhere around that range, all right? Them motherfuckers need all the promotion they can get, all right? Now is not the time to stop showing up the face-offs, not doing this and not doing that, man. You know, they need all the fucking help they can get, man. This is bullshit. This shit helps the sport, man. It's beyond just the two of them. You know, we complain about the sport, you know, not getting as much of attention as it needs. These are the type of fights that can get boxing new fans, man. We need to be told a story. They need to sell us on this shit. Ward is a goddamn accomplished gold medalist, a fucking pound for pound fighter, And nobody fucking hardly knows him outside of Oakland. Why is that? You know, if nothing else, the promoter should say, y'all have y'all's motherfucking asses at all of this shit because at the end of the day, y'all are fucking up our money, all right? You best believe Rock Nation lost money on that last fucking fight. Jay-Z himself needs to pull Ward's ass out of bed or whoever the fuck else he has to get down there to the fucking event and fucking kiss some babies, do the fucking face-off, man. I'm sick of this shit, man. Ward's been doing a lot of diva shit. I don't know if it's his fault per se, but if it is, it's bullshit, man.
Yo, that's the problem right there. Milkman, thank you for calling in. You guys remember this is a spontaneous show, breaking news show. We're only giving everybody 1 minute, but Milkman, you were doing your thing, so we had to let you roll. But this is the problem with not getting out or in front of bad headlines, or not saying anything because you allow the world to assume. And we are only the vessel. We are the platform. We're just giving them the opportunity to voice their opinion. And the truth of the matter is, the public seems to be speaking. Matt may not believe that we deserve or should feel entitled to this, but it seems like we are. Mr. Yes, sir, talk to me.
Yes, I think we just got grown to it, or that I used to be seeing it. But personally, I think it's a way of fighters getting paid a little. They get the guaranteed money, and I don't know if the appearance of these things are in the contract. So once they got their money, they just say, "Fuck it, I got my money. I just show up when I have to, and I be in the ring, and that's it." But in this situation, I really just think it's Ward being the humble, respectful man that he is, and he's just all that racial shit that Kovalev is saying. He's like, I'm not showing up to make this fight any more big than it has to be to make that man more money. Because I already got my guess. Rock Nation fucked up. They paid me too much, but you know what? I'm gonna take it. I ain't showing up to shit. I'm not getting this racist motherfucker any more money than his bitch ass label gave him. And I think that's the only reason Ward is doing this. I think any other fight, I think Ward will show up. He'd give the fans what they want. I think this is just his way of saying, because he ain't gonna come out and say,
dude, that makes no sense, Mr. Yes, sir. I'm just sorry to tell you. I mean, it would be better for Ward to whoop this guy's ass in front of millions of people and use that story, good guy, bad guy. It's there already. Use it.
But Kovalev will get that pay-per-view money. Ward, he already got this nice guarantee from Rock Nation. You know,
yeah,
I think he'd take a little less.
I think he should take the high road and try and teach this guy a lesson in the ring in front of everybody. How about that? Worrying about what that guy is going to make, it's too late for that. You signed a contract already. It's too late to worry about what he's going to make and try to come up with interesting ways of not letting him make more money. That's corny. I hope Ward is.
I think that's what it is, though. I think just fucking up his publicity is all he's doing. That's all I think it is. All right, move it on.
All right, Mr. Yes, sir. Kansas City Mac, what up?
Hey, yo, what's up, y'all? Spontaneous show. Only reason I cut it because I'm off today. Ward, I don't think he should have to take the face off. But if y'all think he should, more power. It'll help the views. But I'm gonna concentrate what's on the ring. Ward gonna use lateral movement more. He's gonna work that body and try to get him out of there. Hopefully in the 8th. He has to put extreme pressure on Ward. I mean on Kovalev. Just stay on him. Get him out of there. Like the other caller said, racist tactics. Just make a statement so your name can be up there for the pound for pound. Number one. All these excuses about A side, B side, I'm tired of hearing that. If you want to do the face off, you got the right to do the face off. He doesn't have to. I'm out. Oh yeah.
Wait a minute. As a consumer, as a guy that's gonna pay the fucking $70, you telling me you are okay with paying the same amount and
Mac laying it down.
Yeah, he ain't going nowhere without fucking defending that shit.
Defending what?
Are you okay with paying the same amount for less content?
Yeah, I am okay because I just want to see the fight.
You don't pay $60 and see the face-off. Face-off is free. Come on.
Free my ass. It's part of the fucking deal.
It really isn't.
Whatever. You know you're getting a super fight. You expect that. You expect that, man. Matt, you're horrible, bro. Horrible.
I won't deny it.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
Come with me. Hail Mary, run with speed. What do we have here now?
Boxingvoice.com.
Dollar DiBiase Productions.
What's up, fellas? Hey, yeah, I'm with Ness and Alex on this one, man. I mean, how important is a trailer to a movie when it's coming out? I mean, Aliens has been showing their trailer, and you know what I mean? Guess what? May 19th, I want to see it.
Perfect example.
Every trailer looks nice, and then half the movies end up being shit.
Yo, that don't mean shit. The fact is that the trailer is the bait, man. It's the bait. Stop. And it ain't debate, it's the bait.
Exactly. And a face-off is that for a fight. It's promotion. It makes people want to see it. It makes people want to buy it. It's pay-per-view. You have to sell it. I mean, I'm not gonna buy a cheeseburger and not want the fries and the drink too. I want the whole meal. You know what I mean? So no, I'm not happy. I'm not blaming Ward completely because I have to hear his side of it. I got to hear exactly what went down. But right off the bat, no, I'm not happy about not having a face-off. That's my view on it.
Well, all right, Alex. Thanks for calling in, brother. 718-718-450. First time caller?
718. What up, Nestor? What's good, bro? It's Paul Ewing.
Oh, Paul. Damn, Paul was just at the house. Matt, you're disrespectful.
What do you mean? I don't have his number. I'm sorry, Paul.
Lies.
I ain't called in a while, so I know y'all ain't have my number on tap. It's all good. But I wanted to call in for this subject because, this is a steamy one. But first, I want to ask, because I didn't hear the whole show. I'm at work right now, so I want to know, is Andre Ward contractually obligated to do the face-off?
We have no facts on that. That's the same thing Matt wants to ask.
Okay, my other question is, did they do a face-off for the first fight?
No, they did a road to Kovalev. Road to Kovalev Ward.
Okay. The road twos are like half-assed. I don't like those. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not really a big fan of those. They like 15 minutes and shit, and they don't really give that much story. So, not a big fan of those. But I am a big fan of the face-off. So, in my opinion, I believe Andre Ward should have done it. It should have been done for this type of fight because the first fight underwhelmed, and it wasn't on pay-per-view though, right? The first fight wasn't pay-per-view.
Hell yeah.
It was?
Yeah.
So why didn't they do it for the first fight? They should have did it for the first fight.
Because they did road to they did road 2.
The road 2 is whack. That's whack promotion. That should only come on YouTube.
Yeah, they fucking realized it. Hey, Paul, they realized it when they only got 170 that it was whack. That's why this time around it was going for face-off.
So understood. If I'm in Andre Ward's shoes, I feel scorned by y'all not even participating or trying to get a face-off for the first one, because that should happen for every super fight. In my opinion, and that is a super fight. If you're going to say Andre Ward Kovalev is not a super fight, you're not a boxing fan. So therefore, it should have happened for the first fight. Why didn't it happen? We don't know. They did the road 2. If that's the excuse, that's bullshit. Now, this fight here, you don't really got to sell this too much more, because
are you serious?
They're going to watch it. You don't. You don't. We on number 2 now. If it's going to be bigger, it's going to be bigger. But You should have did a face off for the first one. We should have got.
Yo,
all this
you know what's
tension
funny?
and
You know
all
what's
the
funny?
racist stuff in this one, in the first one.
I don't believe that, and neither does Bob Arum, because he properly promoted for Manny Pacquiao, Juan Marquez.
That's Manny Pacquiao. Stop bringing up Manny Pacquiao and comparing his stardom to Andre Ward and Sergey Kovalev.
Everybody wants
Another
to be
fucking
a
level.
star.
It's 100 levels of difference.
Crazy, bro.
That's the worst comparison to bring up. Is Marquez one of the top 5 Mexican boxers of all time?
No, it is not.
Awful
No,
comparison.
it is not. Everybody fights because they want to be a star. So if you want to be a star,
But not everyone's a star. Not everyone's a star.
one. Do what the stars do. The stars are doing fucking face-offs. Stars are doing 24/7s. That's where half the world got to meet. The true Floyd Mayweather Jr. was on HBO 24/7. And HBO, because their lack of commitment for boxing, has gotten away with that. And you are allowing it by saying we're not entitled, man. You're fucking crazy right now. You're killing our sport with every.
I'm killing the sport? No.
Yes. Making it okay for guys.
Make that shit in the contract. That's how you save the sport. Make it in the contract.
Contract.
Not my fault. It's not in the contract. It's the promoters. It's the managers. It's the network.
Sure. Defend
that comparison to Manny Pacquiao is the worst comparison you can ever do. That's like comparing Andre Ward to Mayweather and saying,
But Matt,
why is
nonetheless,
Andre Ward a star?
nonetheless,
Why is Andre Ward a star? He medaled in the Olympics. He's black. He should be a star. No, that is not how it fucking works. Not everyone's just a star.
but he is a star.
No,
So
he
what are you
isn't.
talking about?
If you do what stars do, you're gonna
Not
be
a star outside of boxing.
Oh,
He's a
yeah.
star within
Yeah,
boxing.
okay.
Just like Triple G. Triple G is a star within boxing.
Mhm.
He's not a star outside of it.
I'll tell you this. Gervonta Davis ain't got no fucking gold medal. He seems to be very pretty
Medals
popular.
don't automatically equal stardom, man. Come on.
He seems to be very popular. He seems to be trajecting to go in the right direction, doesn't he?
Well, he has that it factor. Yeah.
Oh, that it. You know, it's a bunch of fucking bullshit with you. Every time you pull out another wall, now you got to have the it to be a star. Why
That's what I've been talking about this whole time. Ward doesn't have that it factor.
Let me tell you
Ward
something.
doesn't have that it factor.
Let me tell you something. Follow the blueprint. Oscar De La Hoya laid it out. Floyd Mayweather followed it. Canelo is following it. Floyd Mayweather is doing it for Gervonta. Stop it. If you want to be a star, there's a blueprint. You want to follow Matt's fucking road to hell and selling under 170 pay-per-views? Well, yeah, don't do a face-off and don't do a 24/7 and don't do press conferences.
They can do all that shit for this fight and it wouldn't sell over 170,000 pay-per-view buys.
All right.
And you know it.
661, you're live. First time caller.
Yeah. What's up, brothers? What's going on with you guys?
Hey, man, let me play this first time caller intro. We got a little tradition around here. You're going to go ahead and introduce yourself and let the world know where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
Hey, what's going on, you guys? This is Sal, young Mike Tyson in these streets, coming from California.
Sal, what's going on, brother? Talk to us, man. How do you feel about this news coming from Main Events? No response from Andre Ward and Rock Nation.
Well, I mean, we got to stick to the facts, and, like, we don't know what actually happened. We haven't heard on the Ward side, you feel me? So I'm not going to say too much on that, but, I mean, for them to try calling him a coward and stuff like that, like, I think they just need to chill, man, because at the end of the day, they got to understand that he is the champion. He is the one with the belt. Why are you going to call him a coward? Because he could have easily just not made the fight. But now you're trying to call him a coward over a face-off? So I'm just going to wait and see what Andrew Ward has to say and see what really happened. Because if I'm not mistaken, the first time some shit like that came up too, where Ward didn't show up to something, then he later on commented on what really happened. So, I mean, that's how I felt about that. Secondly, man, all I gotta say is I pay like over $30 for Showtime and HBO, and I'm not paying it to fucking watch the movies on rerun all the fucking time. You feel me? I watch it for the boxing, the fights that aren't on pay-per-view, and for like the 24/7s and all that. You know what I'm saying? So, for example, this past weekend, my mother-in-law came by. I told her about the Canelo and Chavez, and I throw on the, I don't know what HBO calls it, 24/7, I think. Or no, I forgot, Fighting for Pride or whatever the fuck they called it. I put it on for her, and she got hyped as fuck. and she really didn't know nothing about the fight. So that's just more for the casuals to bring them in. I mean, because if you're a hardcore, you already know what the fight is. Like, yeah, you want to see that shit too, but in a bigger perspective, like, casual fans will watch that shit and get more hype for the fight. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I felt about that. A lot of people, they seen Floyd's career and they seen how he lived off of those Showtime showings and stuff. And I saw like more people wanted to see him lose than to see him win when they bought the pay-per-view. And it was because they seen him in his like lavish lifestyle, how he talked. They thought he was a big mouth and they wanted to see him get beat. And that was all because of that, because they showed you a little bit how he lived, you feel me? So, I mean, I felt like all that shit is necessary.
Well, all right, brother Sal in California, man. Thanks for calling in. We're going to make sure the producer gets you down. We're going to go back out to Paul Yearwood, who Matt jacked.
Thanks, guys. I appreciate it. I just wanted to add that I understood the comparison with the Manny Pacquiao. I definitely understand that. I understand any comparison to anybody that's been on that face-off, because truthfully, the face-off makes you bigger, right? And especially any interview with Max Kellerman is probably going to get you big since he's on ESPN now, and he's got a bigger audience, right? Number one. Number two, my point was, at the first time I called, was that they should have done it the first fight. We get that they didn't. They did the road to, which is, my opinion, HBO's half-ass way of doing things. That's just me. That's their half-ass way of promoting the fight. They did it with the Sean Porter, Keith Thurman thing too. Showtime did it. And I was like, why are we just only commuting to the YouTube or just to the internet? We have to get it on TV. So that, Andre Ward fucked up there by not doing this, in my opinion. But I still believe he may be feeling slighted, which he's felt slighted his whole career. Obviously, he's always had these interviews where he says he should have did this, should have got this, blah, blah, blah. He's felt slighted his whole career. He could have felt slighted on the fact that they didn't do it for the first one, since we all thought it was a mega fight when it first got made, and why they're not doing the face-off for the first one. So now y'all want to motherfucking do one now because we done had a great fight, had a nice, competitive fight, and everybody wants to see it again. Now y'all motherfuckers want to do a face-off. Nah, I'm good. I'm going to hold off on that. I'm a holler at y'all. That's just, maybe I'm just thinking in the mind of the fighter. That's just my perspective, guys. Alex, Doomsday, Lainez, you're a great addition to the show. Good shit, bro. Peace.
Thanks a lot, Paul. Appreciate you, brother.
Matt, let's get on the clock, bro. We got to make sure.
Give me the clock. Ooh, I can't wait. I love to cut it.
Oh. Yeah, we're going to Majid 407. Remember, ladies and gentlemen, spontaneous show. You got 1 minute. Get it off your chest. Main Events takes to their Twitter. Kovalev, they announce, we regret to inform you that there will be no face-off for Ward Kovalev 2. The coward at Andre Ward left Las Vegas to avoid at Crusher Kovalev. This is coming from there. And we reached out to Main Events, to both the daughter, Nicole, and the owner or president, CEO, Kathy Duva. They were not necessarily available, but did get back to us. No word from Andre Ward's camp as to anything on this. There are a few articles floating around out there if you want to educate yourself further. We're going to Majid in Orlando.
Yeah, what's up, man? Yeah, I'm just hearing he didn't go to that little face-off or whatever it is. In my opinion, I mean, if he had people thinking that he was going to be there, he should have been there. No excuses, period, And honestly, me, I ain't even really interested in it, because I like y'all channels, watching y'all shit, the face-to-face interviews on the spot, and he ain't going to say nothing different from what he said before. He's talking to y'all and everything, He ain't come, that's some bullshit, wasting everybody's time, putting money leaving the door and shit. So it was some bit shit not coming, but at the same time, I ain't want to see it no way. So last thing I got is that he should have been there. There ain't no excuses. Whether he on contract or not, that was to boost up his profile. So he hurting himself at the end, and that's why people ain't buying tickets and the shit not going sell. That's all I got.
All right, Majid. Thanks for calling in. We're gonna stay in Orlando and go back to Orlando because we're gonna stay in Orlando. Dennis, what's up, brother?
Hey, Ness, what's up, man? Thank you for the time, bro. You know I love this show. In my opinion, all this shit is always who's in control. If he knows that Kovalev wants something, he's gonna play his diva card and say no. I said no. I'm running this show because that's what boxing sadly has come to be. You know, we want the fight, but the A side wants to control everything: the gloves, the beer, whatever they can control. It's a power play to say I'm the man. Now I doubt that he's avoiding the face-off because he's scared or whatever, but he damn sure like saying no because this is his first time to say no, and he's just overextending himself and being the diva that I hope he's not going to be. But you know, this will unfold. We're now in a time. It's like cut it.
And we have a boomerang back in, Mr. Yes, sir.
Well, first, I do want to explain to Dennis. Unfortunately, you were the first one to receive the cut it, but you did hear me reiterate a bunch of times. We're only doing a minute on these spontaneous news shows, and unfortunately, Matt enforced on you. But we do have to get to our boomerang.
Mr. Yes.
Yes, sir is back. Talk to me.
Yes. A lot of this, I could believe a lot of people say Ward is a little vindictive on he holds a little personal grudges. HBO, they had Ward for all these years, and they never really pumped him up like they should have.
Are you sure, Mr. Yes, sir?
Ward should be bigger. He should be bigger as a fighter. As Canelo, they had him for a while. I don't know. The activity was kind of fucked him up, but his popularity should be bigger. I know maybe he heard himself staying in Oakland only, but sometimes I fucking HBO never really pumped me. I got my money. I feel no need to go out of my way to repay back HBO, making me move up to 175. You know, if they wanted to hook him up, they didn't try and make him fight Triple G. That would have been a nice way of saying, here, Andre Ward, you've been with us, you're our boy. So he's like, fuck it. I'm not going out of my way to help you, HBO. That's it, my boomerang. Cut it.
Damn, got lucky there. Let's go out to Skype. We got Renzo. Talk to us.
What's happening? Can you hear me?
Loud and clear.
Yeah, I'm at work. I gotta make it kind of quick. I saw the news this morning about Andre Ward he didn't show up to the face-off. I see it as he gonna try to probably say it was some mind games or some bullshit like that, but I don't believe it. He don't have any excuse. He's giving boxing another bad name because I know some fans of his probably wanted to see that. I wanted to see the look in his eyes personally because I felt like he came up short the last fight. So I just wanted to see how he would look going into this fight, and he's not giving me any reason to believe that he's gonna win this fight or give me a reason to order the fight. And that's all I got to say. I gotta get back to work. Have a good one, man.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. Who do we got? I mean, talk to me in Jersey.
TV motherfucking V, give me my 1 minute. Yo, check this out. I think part of the issue, I don't know if anybody said it, but Andre Ward aligned with Rock Nation. I'm sure they got some funny business in there with respect to content. So him and HBO is squabbling back and forth about who owns the content and blah, 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 in addition to what we all know about the relationship between Ward and HBO. At this point, my man from Orlando, I don't know, was it Orlando from Orlando, but he made a good point about now it's just a power play. Kovalev wants this, and I'm just going to pull in the opposite direction. Doesn't mean anything when it comes down to the fight, but it's some gamesmanship going on, plus some business interest, because Ward is continually trying to get his business together over the years. I think this is a step in the right direction. It is what it is. Next caller, fellas. Keep it moving.
Literally a second before the timer.
Going out to some alumni on Skype in Abu Dhabi.
If I was at the club, you know I balled. Chemo.
What up, fellas? Let me try to squeeze this in 1 minute. Yeah, I think a lot of people are missing the fucking point. And one thing that hasn't been brought up, which I don't understand why nobody's not mentioning it, is Ward is in complete denial of his fucking career. How many interviews have you seen with this guy that he's bitching and moaning and complaining that he's not getting the credit due and the popularity that he deserves from boxing fans, from media? This guy has said this so many goddamn times. Look at his track record. And some other guy, by the way, just said that HBO has not promoted him. What are you talking about, dude? HBO has splattered this guy's face on every fucking boxing show with Lampley sucking his fucking dick saying, oh, look at that beautiful smile from Andre Ward. What has he done to promote his own career, man? The guy is in complete denial. He doesn't understand how to promote himself. Say what you want, man. I don't like guys like Floyd, for example, but at least they fucking understand the game. At least they know how to self-promote. They put their faces out there. They dig into the fucking media.
Cut it.
Great call, Kimo.
He was going in. Who would he got? We got. Oh
no.
No. We got some alumni, and for whatever reason, he always thinks we're ducking him.
Yo, first of all, let me say, I don't pay Showtime to see you all there not even putting a goddamn motherfucking effort. If I want to see two motherfuckers just fight, I pick up a fight with somebody in the street. Don't need that shit. You don't love that sport, my dude? Just move along. Gone. Fuck you. Next. What a great show. Thumbs up, donate.
Yo, somebody call the police. Matt just killed this sport single-handedly. The man is the killer, savage. Yo, what's poppin', man? What fucking up again, huh? I told you, bro. This man don't care about his fans. Only hardcore is really gonna pay for this shit. And on top of that, no publicity. I mean, coming from him, because, like, you know, Kimo said before, HBO doing everything they can to promote, man. But Doggy just want to play the diva shit. So that's why he won. Then I'm streaming the motherfucker. Fuck him. Shout out to Matt. Shout out to Ness. They both right in a certain way, but we need a middle ground on this shit. At the end of the day, we're boxing fine. We stand together. And if one doesn't want to give it to us, fuck him. That's my call. Peace.
All right, brother. Well, thanks for calling in. We got Stilo in New Mexico. Talk to us.
What up? Yo, I just got to say, I'm with Ness on this one. You know, these face-offs, that's what I show my friends who ain't boxing motherfuckers like me. That's what I show them to get them hyped to the fight. And this the up-and-coming fighters, this is what they dream of. How many up-and-comers would love to have the chance to be on face-offs and 24/7s and all that? And, he's turning them down. Boxing needs this. That's why the UK's taking over with the boxing. That's why the UFC's taking over, because a number 12th ranked fighter in the UFC gets more exposure than Andre Ward does. Man, you need to be out there. This is for boxing. This is for boxing. It ain't about no individuals right here. Nobody's scared. No one's scared. Canelo ain't scared. These dudes didn't come all this way to get scared, but it's a power move, and we need to demand better from boxing in general as boxing fans. If you're a boxing motherfucker like me, that's all I got to say. Peace out, fellas.
Stilo, thanks for calling in. I just want to ask everybody, if you're watching this on YouTube, make sure you hit that thumbs up button. It helps with the visibility of the show, and dropping us those 5-star review also help with the visibility of the show. Dropping a 5-star review on iTunes is absolutely free. You could go a step further if you're looking for more exclusive, never before seen content. Definitely head on over to Patreon. We just updated. We got about 3 new things out there. We did yesterday's first ever edition of TBV Overtime, which was amazing. Head on over there and check that out. We're going to go to 702 in Las Vegas. Talk to us. First time caller?
Yeah, first time.
All right, brother. Well, we're going to go ahead and play this first time caller intro, which is tradition. You just let us know your name and where you're calling from.
Ladies and gentlemen, making his professional debut.
This is G calling from Las Vegas, Nevada.
G, what it do, brother? What is your thoughts on this breaking news?
Well, my thoughts is, to be honest with you, HBO hasn't really treated Andre Ward right. They rushed him into the Kovalev fight. You got several greats you got Roy Jones, you got Lennox Lewis, you got a lot of people in the game who recognize that they didn't get what they wanted. They wanted Ward to lose. They've been promoting Kovalev a lot more than Ward. Ward is a much better, more thorough fighter. It was a close fight, to be honest with you. I had Kovalev winning by 1 point, but he just gave the fight away, so I could see it going either way.
Well, all right, brother. Actually, before I let you go, man, we always ask our first-time callers how long they've been listening, man. How long have you been listening?
Sorry, I accidentally muted him.
I've been listening for a long time, for years.
Oh, great, awesome, man. Definitely got to
Yeah,
get
I'm
those shirts.
subscribed, thumbs up, and all that.
Oh, man, well, you're the man, G. G in Nevada. What? Yep, well, Las Vegas. G, thanks for calling in, brother. We got you down. We really need to start thinking about getting those shirts in, man. I think though we need to start sending out some of these I've been listening for 4 years shirts. Those things will be badass probably. We got to get Enrique Church, man. Fake Cash Weezy.
Waiting for that line. Still waiting for that line.
Been waiting for that one forever, man. Listen, final thoughts. I'm like Matt in a sense.
Whoa.
I hope that this is not true. I hope Ward is not at fault. I want to also know whether it is in the contract. Was he obligated? But unlike Matt, I am going to act out. I am upset. And I want that to be expressed along with my audience. Make sure that you express your frustration in the comments because you know that they're listening. They're always listening and watching. So your comments can be heard. We shouldn't lay down as Matt wants us to and just roll over and allow them to take away content that we were otherwise used to receiving. I am your host, Nestor Gibbs. Find me on Instagram and Twitter at NestGTO.
And my final thoughts, the hipster over here, the sport killer, as Nest titled me today, and that got picked up in the live chat, that I'm now the killer of boxing. My opinion is that we should pick our battles when making the sport better. We can't get everyone. We can't get every fight to deliver with what we want and what our vision of the sport to be and how we want it to grow. This fight wasn't going to be that. Never will be. This fight will never reach the casuals. This fight will always be a hardcore fan sort of fight. And with these two guys and their egos and their mentalities, with their mentalities, there's no way the public was going to force them to do what should be done. So I'm picking my battles. And this is a battle I'm going to take that L and lose. And we're not going to get the face-off. We're not going to get the promotion that the fight deserves because it is a great fight. But we're going to get the fight. And I'm happy with that because this fight needs resolution. And you can obviously find me at Mixed Combat News on Twitter, Matt Hunter TBV on Instagram, and my MMA podcast, Mixed Combat Radios, on Patreon, SoundCloud, iTunes, Facebook, etc. Peace.
My final thoughts on this? Hey, listen, man. You're at the highest levels of the sport. You're an entertainer. And no matter how much animosity between you and the opponent, if you choose to be the higher character, you're going to show discipline and look that man in the eye and give the fans what they want. But hey, that's my personal opinion. And according to the show, a few people agreed with it. So let's just hope that we get, as fans, what we want to see. And you can catch me on Twitter, Alex Lainez TBV, Facebook, Alexander Lainez, and on Instagram, Alex Doomsday Lainez. Peace.
Matt Hunter's new Twitter is at the Sports Killer.
No, do not do that. Do not. Come on. Am I really the sport killer? This is the one. Okay, this is the one time I have not been consistent with
TV overtime
fighters and promoters.
Yo, I seen the chat call you boxing killer. You the killer.
Man, this is
all right. Later, guys.
The sport of boxing is like